Welcome back, Alpha Hunters. Hope everybody's having a great and fantastic and terrific Thursday. We are finally here. We are finally about to get to earnings season. We will kick off earnings season tomorrow morning with, well, I guess earnings season has actually already kicked off. But as far as like some of the bigger companies, they will kick off Friday morning with some of the big banks and financial institutions. So it'll be interesting to see what they say about the dynamic that we have going on in the marketplace. We definitely that we've had since last earnings season, where we've had rising rates, rising yields, rising interest rates, and inflation not really kind of going away. Talk geopolitical stuff. So how is all that kind of going on? Especially be curious to see. Just they're taking a lot of different things. I'm sure some of those big banks probably will be talking about it. So tomorrow, I would expect we get a pretty good snapshot from some of the major financial companies. But as for today, let's talk about what is going on. So we had a little bit of a gap up here on the SPY, not crazy amount, about a quarter of a percent, about 0.3% there of a gap up. We rolled over. You kind of expected some sellers to come into the market. Kind of mentioned that yesterday on the live stream. Expect some selling to come in, as they saw how much we were down in the market yesterday. It didn't last. Lasted for about 45 minutes, and then we've had a nice little uptrend all, ever since, really. So the past, was that 3 hours or so? Got a nice little uptrend to it. 3.5 hours, I guess. So yeah, nice action kind of going on here on the SPY. The Qs very briefly got negative from their gap up, rolled over. They got negative and then they bounced pretty good. About an hour ago, we did have 30-year bond auction go on, U.S. bond auction. So be curious to see kind of what yields are doing from that. So that was one reason why you saw just such a strong move over the past hour. So we'll see kind of what's going on there. Qs though, really quick little jump there. As far as the IWM, a little bit more choppy, rolled over, kind of double bottom there. Nice. But yeah, a little bit more of a choppy kind of uptrend to it over the past few hours there. Everything's doing pretty good. SPY's up 0.85%. Qs are up about 1.5%, doing pretty good. IWM's up about 0.9%, looking pretty good there. The DIA has rolled over. It's currently up about 0.25%. Rolled over pretty good there in the morning, but it's finally come back here over the past 30 minutes or so. All right, to be positive at least. RSP also rolled over, getting back to being positive here recently in the day. Okay. So RSP bouncing off that 50 EMA right there. Bouncing off that 50 EMA. Okay. RSP. The DIA, the Dow Jones, holding under that 50. Where are the long terms at? So we got we didn't quite get down to that 100. We're kind of just in the middle, halfway through the 50 and 100 there. Okay. Be curious to see what kind of goes on tomorrow. Honestly, I almost have no clue what can happen tomorrow. IWM. All right, so we got a pretty good gap down on the IWM. I wouldn't doubt it if we do retest a little bit higher. Kind of would make some sense. We also retest to the sideways. Yeah, I mean, it's just such a tough one. IWM just been so choppy and so ugly for a while. The Qs, the surprising one on the day is the Qs. Up about 1.5%. I mean, that looks really, really good. I mean, it kind of looks like a little bit of a double bottom here, I guess. Yeah, it's I mean, the Qs are. I mean, today's price action looks really good, especially getting over Tuesday's high. People just don't want to give up on the tech stocks, man. They just can't quit. It's like an addiction, man. It's just an addiction. Let's see. What do we got here for the SPY? SPY, nice gap down. Yeah, nice gap down. I don't think we actually traded that low, did we? Oh yeah, actually we did, because we did trade down to yesterday's low, and that is pretty much where we bounced. All right, so SPY. You know, I'm really kind of surprised how strong the Qs are, but not surprised we're seeing a little bullish action. But I'm kind of surprised how much bullish action I think we're seeing. The VIX did see an early morning spike, it looks like. Yeah, we did have a quick spike this morning as the market was selling down, and then just got crushed off there. Okay. DXY, for how much the dollar and yields moved yesterday, you expect it to be a little bit, at least a little bit of a continuation today. Got a little bit of that for right now, throwing a pretty large upper wick. Yeah, I also think that, I mean, you'll probably see dollar and yields probably, probably just settle out here for the next couple of trading sessions, maybe even a week or two. Yesterday was a very strong move. Gold, GLD, man, it looks so good. I'm going to continue higher, up 1 1/3%, looking really good. U.S. 10-year yield is currently flat. So if we go take a look at the 15-minute, or yeah, 15 minutes fine. So you can see this morning when we got PPI, I didn't even go over PPI. Let's take a look at PPI real quick. So PPI this morning, it did come in a little high. Prior month, core PPI at least. Core PPI prior month came in at 2.1%. Forecast is going for 2.3%. We got 2.4%. Why is the market up as much? Why are yields not up more? I mean, those are relevant questions. Headline, PPI total, prior month was 1.6%. Forecast is going for 2.2. We got 2.1%. So I'm kind of curious on what's the difference between core and PPI, or core and headline is there. But anyways, so that's the numbers. Core was a little bit higher than expected. Headline a little bit lower than expected. Anyways, you can see we did have a pretty good drop off. We did bounce here over the past hour as we did do a treasury auction. Go to a 5-minute here. You can see we've kind of just been rolling down there on the yields. Yeah, for how much we were bullish on yields yesterday, the yields popped yesterday. I mean, even if they do pull back a little bit, I wouldn't. I mean, I would almost expect it to happen, honestly. But we did have the auction happen in the 30-year. This is where we saw the auction happen, was in the 30-year. So this is what 30 years done today. Okay. So still have a hugely bullish candle there yesterday on yields, and let's see what the 2-year's doing. 2-year's down a little bit, but 2-year crushed it yesterday. But until we probably take out this candle, which we're most likely not going to just reverse and come down and take it out. Most likely we're going to at least float up, go a little bit higher, maybe roll over, roll down later on. But I think we're probably just in an uptrend. Going to continue to go in an uptrend. 10-2 inversion, bouncing a little bit. Yep, okay, that makes sense. 2-year is definitely getting beat down today a little bit. Yeah, other than that, looks like it's still just basing here. There you go. HYG, another lower wick here. Kind of mentioned that yesterday. I want to see it close below this level. All these people that are buying these bonds at this level, they're still buying the bonds at these levels. I want to see it close below this low on February 13th. I want to see it close below that level. That will let you know that people, you've basically gotten all the people that want to buy below that level, that they've all been eaten away. LQD, big time breakdown yesterday. Kind of just hanging out today. Okay. What about the TLT? TLT is making its move back down to the lower end of this kind of channel here. Interesting. Let's see. I mean, you can even, let me put it here. I mean, you could say we're kind of there. We're kind of there. Maybe we go a little bit lower here in the next part of the week, and maybe we start a little bit of coming back to the upper ends of the channel or something like that. So TLT has come down. Probably makes sense that it just kind of hangs out. Doesn't drop off as much going forward. All right, take a look at sector performance here. Yeah, tech. Everybody's buying into tech today. Tech is doing really well. Up 1.8% there. XLK, nice. Discretionary is up 1%. Also outperforming. Communications, XLC, also outperforming. Everything else underperforming. Real estate kind of was in line with the market. Had a nice little drop there over the past couple minutes. Industrials, materials, utility staples, healthcare, financials, and energies at the lower end of the day. Ooh. All right. Yeah, you can see the tech, man. Tech has just gotten bought up throughout the day. All right. So tech getting bought up throughout the day. Communications, discretionaries, industrials, real estate, financials there, materials, healthcare, staples, utilities, and energies. That's without the gap. So taking out the gap, it doesn't really look like the market gapped all that much for how much the market's moved intraday.